everybody, thanks for joining me today on my channel. My name is Chris with Christys Crafts, and today I am bringing you the fourth process video for the September Build-A-Page series. So today's was kind of giving me a little bit of a struggle. I really love these pictures of my grandson. I love that my daughter had taken them out in the yard and had taken the pictures of them and the wood grain and the fall colors. And I really didn't want to, quote, school it up. That's why I've switched it over to the more neutral colors, and I used this Hall Pass collection and the October afternoon stickers. But I was still struggling with the stripes and how to go about it until I grabbed a piece of wood grain. After looking at the pictures again, I just knew that I needed wood grain in here. So I went into my Crafter's Companion paper pad and I grabbed out two wood grain papers. They both have green in the background. So I put one with this layout for Preston, and then I have the other one for Dylan. I also threw one in because I'll have the same problem tomorrow. So now I put it onto a large mat with this library card that I had from the Hall Pass. It's one of the cut-aparts, and I really like it because I'll be able to do the journaling. I'll be able to talk about COVID and having to do preschool from homeschooling and give a little bit more of a backstory on it. And so it just made it a bigger mat. And so then when I matted it on the stripe paper, it toned that stripe paper down. And all of a sudden, I didn't feel like I was doing the same thing over and over and over again. Now, I did take a part of this computer testing paper, although they weren't doing that for homeschooling. To me, I grew up in the 70s. Taking your number 2 pencil and filling in the dot is something I'm very familiar with. Probably not them, but it's going to be in my house and books that I'll be looking at. So I'm okay with that. And someday his mom can explain the number 2 pencil and the test taking that we used to do. So now that I'm happy with kind of the design, I'm just going to go ahead and tuck everything in. I thought about going with the test paper above the stripes, but then it took away from the striped look, which is the whole purpose of grabbing that paper. So I went ahead and put it under and made it look like a larger mat underneath. So now that I have the basic design, now I'm pretty happy. Now it goes pretty quick. I thought about using the script paper, but I just felt like I already had enough layers. So now I'm just going in. A is for awesome, because I think he is awesome, even though his name starts with a P. He's learning his ABCs. And then I really like this photo reel that says some of the most precious memories. So I'm just going to kind of fit that in and then have the A is for awesome underneath it. And just going to kind of try and glue those down. Now, because I'm pulling that journaling card or that phrase over a little bit, I'm going to grab one of the flowers to try and finish off that cluster in the corner and try and make it full, and just kind of bring it across. Now, before I do that, I'm still looking for something at the bottom. I really wanted to use that 2 + 1 is 3. Never got that on the layout. But I'm just going to go ahead and keep building up. And I grabbed the mice with the children's book. I put that up above. I grabbed one of the florals, and then I grabbed another one to put on the other side. And you'll see that it starts filling out that left-hand side. And then I'm just going to take Humpty Dumpty. Now, I thought about putting him at the bottom, but I end up bringing him up top. And he's going to go by the mice that are reading the nursery book. And I'm okay with him there. And then I'm just grabbing this other little mouse or squirrel or whatever he is. And I'm going to put him at the bottom. And then I'm going to put the little stack of books and the bookworms over on the left-hand side. I thought about trying to cluster those two together, but I, again, just felt like it was too much. and I liked them on their own. And then I do have a floral that's behind the mouse that kind of bridges that little, the lines that you saw between the library card and the layer of the paper. So here's where I'm still trying that 2+1, still not working. But then I grabbed the and they smiled all day long, and that's basically what him and his brother do, is they do smile all day long. And I liked how that fit across. So I'm going to go ahead and use that, and it brings a little bit more of that green in that's in the little bookworm sticker to the left. And I'm happy with that. I'm going to take these stars and I'm going to put one in the hands of the little mouse guy, one by the bookworms, and one up above Humpty Dumpty's little hand up there. And the last thing I'm going to do is use up all of these enamel dots. I'm going to fill out that left-hand corner up above, and now it doesn't look like a big gap. I'm going to put some down by the bookworm, some down by the little mouse that's running, and then I'll finish it off with a couple around Humpty Dumpty. And that's going to be it for my layout. So what started out not working out real good ended up being a layout that I actually like. So don't get discouraged, don't quit, it may need just something additional in it. So here's some close-ups for you. Make sure that you do stop by Moira and Christy and see what they're doing, and we'll see you tomorrow for layout number 5.